excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Ready, yellow lady. Check, 59. I got you.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On third and long, it's Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. That's pulled in at the 32. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On first and 10, it's Ryan. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Cameron Jordan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be third and 10. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Ryan toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out problem.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's 2nd down. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A.J. Klein on the tackle there.
Hey, Tuesday.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
59, ready, 25, 20, 54, south.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Bree's going to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And he comes back with one complete. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Ready, 5-8. Check 55 to Mike. Watch QB draw.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down.
First down, Atlanta. That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The end of the first quarter with the score Falcons 7, Saints nothing.
Ready, blue lady. Blue lady. Pick your game up. Check 3. Check. Hey, free play. 3. Ready to go.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Ryan. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Now Ryan on first down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Breeze. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Ryan. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The Falcons and Saints, they aren't strangers to one another. That's no secret. They were founded 1 year apart back in the 60s. Their first meeting in 1967. And neither franchise had much success through the 70s and 80s, but boy, has that changed in recent memory. And the Falcons holding the all-time series advantage 52-48. And one of the more memorable matchups, certainly between the two teams, September of 2006. It was a reopening of the Superdome following the devastation from Hurricane Katrina the year prior. The Saints winning that one 23-3. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also...
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On first down, Ryan. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. On third down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Mike, 58, right there. Squeeze, double. Slam.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You're good, you're good. Right forward, ready.
The final shot before half for Breeze. His throw incomplete. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Bruce Carter. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Breeze. And the pressure gets to him again. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Breeze now. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Smith. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. Now it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Kill.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Breeze. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
On 1st down, Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go back to the ground with Smith. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16. First down, Falcons. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Ito Smith. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. starting to look like this drive it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready, blue ready, blue ready. Hey, check. Check 51.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. He's going to go up top for the... And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Julio Jones once again the intended target. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get this back to just the 20 with a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. In for the sack, Deion Jones. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Breeze now to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. This is caught at the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 51 yards. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First down. First and goal at the 9-yard.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 4 yards out. And the Saints able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability.
A 20-yard attempt.
And Lutz's kick is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. Now they get a fourth-quarter pick A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
That's it, baby. We got one.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 20.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown. And he's into the clear. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Here we go. Check 26, check 26. Here we go, here we go. Check, 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 check. Hey, break it down, fellas, break it down.
On play action, it's Breeze. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Play action, Breeze. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Deion Jones in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They go play action here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now this throw caught left side. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Ryan wants to throw it. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Smith. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Ryan. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this.
That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Falcons, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Saints,